done that, normally remember I'd have 2 layers. I'm going to take my leftover green and I'm going to roll out a circle. Got a bit of hard piece of fondant in there. Let's get that out. Okay. I'm going to roll out a big circle like this. Stick.
Cornstarch.
Yep, it's a little moist in here this morning, so the lights make everything hot and a little bit sticky. All right. Let's rub a little
Good chance that if you're watching this, you probably won't have big studio lights in your kitchen.
Probably not. All right, so I'm going to do that. Now I know my cake is 8 inches, so I'm going to grab an 8-inch pan. And so that is 8 inch. Did I grab that? Yep. I'm going to grab an 8-inch pan, and then I'm going to grab a 6-inch pan. And I'm going to use my pans, because I know they're the right size, to cut my circle.
I like where we're going with this.
Okay, so just going to put it around and do a cut all the way around.
With the cake decorating cutter.
Yes.
And also be used for pizza.
There you go.
Wow.
And now I'm going to take my 6-inch and I'm going to do a little bit of a better job of making sure it's centered in here. And I'm going to get a smaller cake cutting tool. Yeah, I can't find one. So normally I would use the smaller tool so I can get a more exact edge, but that's all right. So I'm just going to go a little bit slower and go around my 6-inch and pull it out of the center. Okay. With my palette knife, another great, there you go. Now because I really want this shape to stay, I'm going to put this in the freezer. Because this, if I try to lift up, I'm going to get an oblong and not a circle. And we want it to be a circle. So let's put that back in the fridge.
For another 5 or 10 minutes?
I'm going to let this one go a little bit longer because I want it to really be set. And I'm going to show you how we're going to make our type to go on the top. And that's going to take at least 10 minutes. So, all right. So you can do this with anything, but this is the type I'm going to show you. This says Aloha because it's a Hawaiian theme.
Nice.
And I'm going to show you how to do this. It's actually really, really easy. So what I've got is an extruder. Now an extruder is something that pushes, you remember when you had Play-Doh? You would put Play-Doh in and it'd come out in a shape. Same thing, this is my tool. I love this one, it's called a Makin's Clay extruder. They're usually made for clay. And I'll tell you why I like it when I get it loaded. So I'm going to take my pink, I'm going to use my finger and take a little bit of solid vegetable shortening. And I'm going to put it all on the inside, both sides, because I want this to flow really smoothly. So I'm doing that, and then
There's your tip of the day right there.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen anybody use vegetable shortening on the inside of a clay
Yeah,
extruder.
it keeps it from sticking, and it moves really smoothly. So I'm using, this is the shape I'm going to make, which is what I used here. It's just a tiny little round shape. I don't know, can you see that?
Yep.
I'm going to put that in on one end, like this, and screw it on. And then I'm going to take my pink, because that's the color I want my type to be. And I'm going to make sure it's mixed really well. This feels a little dry, so I'm going to put a little shortening in here to get it to...
The size of the little circle that you just added, is that adjustable at all if I wanted it to be thinner?
They have, when you buy your Macon clay extruder, they have a number of different extruders, of different little shapes. So you can do big ones, little ones, they have squares, they have, if you want to do hair, they have ones that have a bunch of tiny little circles. So you can push it through and gather it up and it looks like hair, which I suppose I could have done for this, but that would have taken forever to cut the whole thing. But you know, if that's how you roll, then